day, man. Let's hope everybody's doing extremely well. David Ornstein speaking as well. So a lot of people coming out to talk. So we have Eric Cantona talking. David Ornstein has given an update and also an update on Claude Blanc, right? We know this guy was a CEO, so a lot of stories. Frimpong, also an update on Sekou Kone, right? So let's see. It's just been a crazy day, but yeah, let's just start with the Semenyo, right? So David Ornstein, he's been genuinely speaking and giving updates on Bournemouth, right? He was giving updates on Bournemouth, and it's been crazy. Yeah, bro. We have a lot of transfer updates. That's why David Ornstein, he's been genuinely speaking. He's been speaking, and we're gonna genuinely hear what David Ornstein has to say about Semenyo, because it's really heating up recently. And when somebody like David Ornstein speaks, it means that, hey, that the transfer is becoming juicy. The transfer is really realistic. So when David Ornstein speaks, it means the interest is a bit real. And we know how credible this man is. Let's just hear what the guy has to say immediately, man. Let's hear what David Ornstein has to say, and then we talk about the other major stories. Frimpong, Claude Blanc. A lot is happening with Manchester United. So I won't be shocked that we're gonna have a massive summer. Let's just hear what David Ornstein has to say right now.
On Semenyo, what a season he has had, and a player that Manchester United, their manager Ruben Amorim, is very fond of. Now they would be looking to sell him for a fee of in excess of what they got for Dominic Solanke, which was £65 million, because there's no release clause. They would want a club record. I don't think both he and Kirkes will go after Hoysam, so it's maybe two of the three. And then there's
So he's genuinely saying Ruben Amorim is extremely fond of Semenyo, and he's been a player we've been linked to a couple of times, but no reliable journalists have actually come out to speak about him. Nobody extremely reliable has come out to genuinely say, "Hey, Semenyo to Manchester United, that's realistic." But now David Ornstein, he's come out to say, "Yo, there is genuine interest, and that interest is from the manager. That interest is from Ruben Amorim." Apparently, there might be some contacts before the season ends, right? To just check the situation, to just check how Semenyo is actually going for. But yeah, 65 million pounds is extremely expensive, but that is what these guys value him at, right? They value him at 65 million pounds. Bournemouth, obviously, they saw the situation with Solanke. We've heard what David Ornstein has to say. They saw the situation with Solanke, and now they're in a position where they don't want to experience that again as a club, right? They've already experienced something where, okay, they thought they should have sold Solanke for a bit more. So with Semenyo, the interest is there from Ruben Amorim and Manchester United, according to David Ornstein. We've heard it from David Ornstein himself, right? He's saying, yo, the interest is there, and apparently we might try and chase him, but 65 million pounds, that might put the board off, right? That might put a lot of the people at Manchester United off of this transfer, because of course he's a good player. He's an amazing player, right? But 65 million is a bit too much. So it might be a situation where we see maybe the player tries to force a move, maybe the player tries to negotiate with Bournemouth. No, let me go for a lower price. But right now it's in Bournemouth's hands, right? Although, yo, David Ornstein, he's extremely reliable, this and that. Is it realistic that Man United pays 65 million for this guy when there are other options, right? So Yes, the the interest is there, but I don't see United genuinely paying. We've heard what David Ornstein has to say. Yes, the interest is there. Ruben Amorim really loves him. They might be contact in the future. They might actually see the situation, go out there, see, okay, is this realistic? Is this really viable for the club? And it's a crazy situation, but I think this will be sorted out maybe even before the end of the season. We know how Manchester United genuinely move. We know how United genuinely operate. It's an up and down situation. So many stories today, man. So many stories, and also something about Claude Blanc, right? This guy, Claude Blanc. This guy, he's genuinely been he stepped down, but he's been given a raise, right? So apparently he's been given like a new position as a chief of international football relations. So Claude Blanc, we know this guy was an interim CEO. He stepped down and now he's been given a genuine raise. So do I see Claude Blanc actually in a situation where, because this is a massive role, right? Chief of International Football Relations. It is a massive role, and apparently he's also part of FIFA, part of a lot of European club associations. So this guy Claude Blanc, ah, he's gonna be representing Manchester United internationally. Is that a good move for him? Did he do a lot as a CEO? We don't. We just have to see what this position holds for him. Obviously, as the CEO, now you have to bring in somebody to replace him. Let's see who Manchester United bring in to replace him. This guy was an interim CEO. Let's see who Man United bring in to replace him. Because Claude Blanc, he's been given a raise. Now he's like international football relations, but then the CEO, obviously, the new CEO will be brought in. Man United for sure. We're gonna bring in a new CEO, and let's see who they go for, right? Because it is a massive role, right? Being the CEO of Manchester United, it is an extremely massive role. It is an extremely important role. So let's just genuinely see who they bring in as the next CEO, right? Obviously, Claude Blanc, he's been given a raise, but this situation, we have to just wait and see what he has. And yeah, bro, you're saying where is he gonna play though? We don't know, bro. We just have to listen to what David Ornstein is actually saying, because David Ornstein, although some people they don't really like David Ornstein, some people say he's the most credible. He is saying that, yo, the contact is there. He is realistic. This is a viable situation. This is a viable alternative. So with David Ornstein, we know that, hey, the guy won't come out here just to lie about situations, just to lie about things. Let's just see how this goes. If there's something in it, there's something in it for sure. When David Ornstein speaks, there is something into the transfer. We can't really throw it out. And it's not like it's an unknown journalist coming out linking us to Semenyo, right? This guy, he's been